will I help my child get ready for the summer? So y'all, I am a child psychiatrist, so I get to work with kids and their families in all iterations: private school, public school, charter school, you homeschool, you name it. I work with kids of all diagnoses. And the big question right now, because we made it through spring break, hooray, and we're getting ready for the summer. Oh, and most parents are like, school is wonderful and school is structured. And we're about to go into a lot of unstructured time. And so for my parents that are like, I have to work, y'all. I have bills to pay, and I can't be, trying to entertain my child all day. Yeah, the summertime can be very stressful. Now, for some of my families, it's they have the means and the resources to be able to keep their kids like super over involved during the summer. But most folks are like, no, I need some measure of some structure and some measure of support during the summertime. And so most places in the US will have summer like camps or programming. So the first place to start is with your local ISD. Let me rephrase that: with your local school district, because I think in California I don't think they do independent school districts. There's like unified school districts, and I'm like, what does that mean? What is that? I don't know what that is. But anyway, so check with your school district, because a lot of school districts, because of the way that they're set up, they will have summer programming. Sometimes it's an extension of the after school programming that they do. Sometimes it is their new programs that they build, especially this year with COVID being what it is, and the learning loss being what it is. A lot of schools are trying to actually catch their kids up this summer. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I need something for my kids to do this summer, check with your school first. Next, you can check with your city. So lots of cities will have activities, programming, camps, basketball camp, football camp, painting camp, lots of different camps that the cities themselves will put on, most times through Parks and Recreation, sometimes through other means like neighborhood services and stuff like that. And so that's a great place to check to see if there's any summer programming. Another avenue would be churches. So lots of churches will do things like Vacation Bible School. The Lord is good to me, and so I praise. There's a lot. There's the Bible. Yeah, I'm sure my trusty mental health interpreter Eli knows all the songs. So, so checking with churches because oftentimes they will do programming as well as on the weekends because parents have to work, and so those are all great things. And then there are lots of for-profit things, nonprofit / for-profit. So camps, including medical specific camps. So like camp, there's Victory Junction Gang Camp. I worked at that camp. And Randleman, North Carolina, and it was awesome. I've also worked at Texas Lions Camp, which is down in Kerrville, Texas, and Peaceable Kingdom, which is a camp, I think, in Temple. So I've done lots of camps in my day. And like I said, some of them are run by nonprofits, some of them are run by for-profits, but the key is you have to get your application in like right now, like literally pause the podcast and go Google camp in whatever city you're in and fill out the form and pay your money because they fill up super fast. And so, the key is if you can't do school stuff or church stuff or nonprofit stuff, the key is just structure. So when you structure your child's schedule at home for the summer, I'm a big fan of visual structuring. So go buy that poster board and literally write out if you want to do it in blocks or if you want to do it in hours, like a chunk of time from 9 to 12 or 9 to 11. If you have older kids, you could probably do it by the hour because their sense of time is a little bit different than itty bitties. But let them know visually what's expected. Hey, from 9 to 10, this is what I need you to do. Or from 9 to noon, here's a block of time that you can do X, Y, and Z. And then you'll have lunch. And then you'll have a block of time from 1 to 3 where I want you to take a nap and you'll have downtime. And then from 3 to 5, you can have friend time and have friends over. However you choose to structure it, the key is you just stay consistent. The visual reminder will help again, because if your kiddo comes in and is like, I don't know what I'm doing, you can go, what does it say on the schedule? Like literally, you visualize the schedule on a Thursday and see what you need to do. Um, and then just follow through. Kids are incredibly resilient, and you don't always have to entertain them. So that's one big fallacy that a lot of parents fall into, is they're like, "Oh my gosh, my kid is going to be bored," and I'm like, "Yeah, and they'll find something to do." Boredom forces them to use their imagination. It forces them to do all sorts of creative things. So do not feel bad if your kid is bored. I think it's awesome. It's a great opportunity for growth and development. And so, yeah, I know I probably should have made this question an actual topic of the week for as long as I'm talking, because normally the things that come up during my week aren't this lengthy. But yeah, summer programming and getting prepared for the summer. It's just all about structure. The more structured, the better. I love the idea that you mix and match. So if you can get them in a week of some type of camp and then you do your home structure the rest of the time, that's awesome. If you feel the need to do any like educational catch up, there's so many different types of curricula that you can buy online. Some of it is for free. You can do games and educational games and things like that. Whatever you want to do, as long as you put it in a schedule so that they can see where they're at. Okay. And then food wise, just make sure that there's, bread and water, and they'll be fine. No raw meat, because that makes people sick. So, throw some lunch meat out there somewhere and your kid will be fine. So summer, having a successful summer is all about the planning. And so I'm sure we're going to have a blog about this at some point. I just haven't gotten around to writing it yet. So by all means, make sure to check out our website. Like I said, www.simplypsych.com, because that's where you can find all of these awesome tips and more to have a great summer.